Evolution. Evolutionary biology is nothing but study of history of life forms on Earth. Origin of life. There have been many theories postulated towards origin of life. These are Big Bang theory, spores, Louis Pasteur's theory, Oparin and Haldane hypothesis, and Miller's experiment. Let us begin with Big Bang theory. According to Big Bang theory, one big explosion occurred and thus universe expanded. After this expansion, the temperature somewhat came down and hydrogen and helium were formed. Once hydrogen and helium were formed, as temperature was lowering down, these hydrogen and helium, they condensed and gave rise to galaxies which we see nowadays. But at initial stages, Earth was not having any atmosphere. It was surrounded by methane, carbon dioxide and water vapors. UV rays, they fell on water vapors and broke them into hydrogen and oxygen. This hydrogen and oxygen, as temperature was lowering down, combined with methane and ammonia and gave us water and even water vapors. Because temperature was lowering down, they get cooled off and they fell on the Earth's surface as rain. Thus, Earth's atmosphere as well as water was formed. The spore theory. According to Greek thinkers, spores, small units of life, were scattered over planets as well as Earth, which gave rise to life. This theory believes that life exists from pre-existing forms of life, and these spores were also named as panspermia. Before Louis Pasteur's experiment, it was believed that life is coming out from rotting raw materials. Louis Pasteur did flask experiment in which he put killed yeast in two flasks. One was sterilized flask which he covered, other one was the normal flask, non-sterilized, and he kept it open in the air. After the experiment, he found out that the flask which was covered is not showing, covered as well as sterilized, is not showing any sign of life, whereas the flask which was open and unsterilized shows the form of life. Hence, this gave us the belief that life is coming from pre-existing life. Then, Oparin and Haldane gave us another theory which is chemical evolution. They believed that these living cells came from non-living organic molecules. As we know, at that time, the Earth's temperature was very high and continuously electric discharges were happening. So, these non-living organic molecules, upon the action of electronic discharges as well as the high temperature, led to the chemical reactions, biochemical reactions and formation of first living cells. To support this theory, in 1953, Miller did an experiment. He took a flask in which he took CH4, H2, NH3 plus water vapors and maintained them at a temperature of 800 degrees Celsius, and with that he produced electric discharges on that. As you can see in the diagram, this led to the formation of amino acids, and when this experiment was repeated, similarly it was found that with amino acids many nitrogenous bases, sugars, etc. were formed. Hence, it gave us this theory of chemical evolution which says that non-living organic molecules led to the formation of living biomolecules which initially were unicellular, then turned out to be multicellular. This gives us this biogenesis. Biogenesis is nothing but it says that from non-living organic molecules, everything is biologically generated and thus formed into living cells.